Hello everyone, happy Thursday. Okay, so my friend and I were just talking about trusting in the process and a lot of things that come with it. Why is it so hard for us to trust in the process even if we intellectually know that it just works for the better? Just believing that everything's working out the way it should be, believing that there's a greater power outside of our own that is pretty much making our life work in order for us to fulfill our purpose. So why is it so hard, even if we know that that's what we should do? And I was reading a book by Burney. I came across that book somehow when I was channeling, and it just kind of came to me. But he definitely hits on the points that I always felt, but was never able to articulate. Hi, cat! Yay! Okay. So, come here, boy. I'm walking my dogs right now too, so there's a lot going on. But I want to talk about it while it's fresh on my mind. So, how are we supposed to trust in the process, something outside of ourselves, if we can't even trust in ourselves? We were raised and taught by our parents early on in our society that a lot of what we feel excuse me. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. How about we run this off? Let's change the energy. Let's go. Ho! Choo! Let's go. Let's go. All right, this is actually a perfect demonstration of how our emotions are energy. Our pets have a lot of emotions, a lot of energy that we tend to not acknowledge. There's a reason that it's all pent up inside. They need to release it somehow, and we are the exact same way. And the big reason why we have a hard time trusting in ourselves is because we were taught that a lot of what we feel is bad. A lot of our emotions speak to us and we don't listen. For instance, anger, fear, those things, we were taught to feel shame when we experience them. We were taught to suppress and repress because, hey, it's not an attractive feature to have. We were taught that these negative emotions are bad, but it's not that it's bad. It's there for a purpose. It's speaking to us. Anger tells us something needs to be fixed. Something needs to be protected for a reason. Fear is there to tell us, hey, we need to look out for something. It's a warning. But we're taught and raised to believe that if we're sad or depressed or just feeling negative in any way, that we are a negative person and we should just hide them. You know, we shouldn't express our anger to the ones we love. But what happens to repressed energy or repressed emotions? That's repressed energy, and it will manifest itself somehow. It's not gonna just disappear. Law of physics says energy is just gonna transform in one way or another. It's there, it's still there. So that's how we get addictions. That's how we become workaholics. That's how people lash out. That's how we have violence, because they have all this suppressed energy and they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to express it in a healthy way. And you can't express it in a healthy way if you're taught that it's not even good to begin with. You are denying yourself of something very true and very real. You are being dishonest with who you are. We should definitely practice being honest with our emotions. we need to honor and acknowledge that they are there for a reason. And when we do that, we actually reconnect with our true selves. Connecting with ourselves means we are connecting with our higher self. And guess what? Our higher self knows us better than we know ourselves. Our higher self has all of the wisdom and knowledge inside that we just need to tap into. We don't always need a book or a teacher or some guru to tell us how we should live life, how we should see life. It's within us. So when we learn to trust in ourselves, how easy would it be to trust in the process? How easy would it be to trust in other people? We live life on guard all the time. And yes, there are people that are untrustworthy. There are people who can harm us. But that's where practicing discernment is so valuable. How can you even practice discernment if you don't know how to judge? How do you make good judgments? How do you know what's good for you? How do you know what's bad for you? I think that first things first, get in tune with yourself. Get in touch with your higher self. And how do you do that? You acknowledge your emotions first. A lot of our issues are so deeply rooted in our childhood, and that's going to take a lot of work. Definitely. We have to first be willing and be open to finding out where our emotions were repressed to begin with. And we can't be afraid to do that if we want to grow, if we want to get better. Come here, boy. Come here, Kakawa. So Robert Burney, he's such a genius to see how emotions actually is energy in our life. Emotions, it's a driving force in our life. It's motivating. Emotions get us to, get up and find a new job if we're just not happy. Emotions get us to fix a relationship issue that needs healing. Emotions, like when you feel inspired by a beautiful piece of art or a song, like something's triggered inside us to get up and go do. But if emotions are suppressed, you can't do. If you spell out emotions, it's E-M-O-T-I-O-N-S. It's energy, literally in motion. So it's meant to flow. It's meant to be there. It's meant to move with us. So don't repress it. You need to love every single bit of your emotion that is sad, that is anger, that is pain, just as much as you embrace love and joy, because all those things make you you. There's another quote I want to pull up, or I'll probably talk more in depth later, but it talks about how sadness is like the roots of the tree and happiness are the branches that grow and reach high up into the sky. Definitely, that's finding wholeness within yourself, being like that tree, being rooted in even your darkest emotions, and yet being able to expand and grow outward with love and joy. That's embracing yourself entirely and accepting yourself completely. Imagine the power that you will feel and believe in yourself when you first just accept yourself for who you are entirely. I think Kat and I were talking so much about how in our cultures, in many cultures, we were even taught not to express something as our sensuality, like we'll be seen as slutty. But it's like, how much of yourself are you suppressing in that way? Sometimes, this is going to be a totally different topic, but a lot of our power and creation comes from our second chakra, our sacral chakra. That's where all our sensuality is. a lot of power, a lot of emotion. It's all sensual because we feel the most there. We were created there in the first place. We were created in the womb. Anything that we are birthing, besides, a physical baby, all of our projects, our new goals in life, all of that, it comes from our second chakra. We want to create there. So every time you're told you can't express yourself in that way, you're actually limiting your creative side as well. It's all about balance. It's all about being true to yourself and doing you. As long as you're acting in your true authentic self, who are you hurting? You're only hurting yourself when you feel like you gotta limit yourself and you feel like you're being called to expressing yourself somehow. This whole censorship, it was there because society needed to survive in that way. If people didn't have the tools or the spiritual knowledge to express their negative emotions in a healthy way, there's going to be violence, there's going to be war, but the greatest war is within yourself. And if you're constantly at war within yourself, you are pretty much constantly in war with others in the universe. How you treat yourself is how you treat those around you in life, and how you perceive life, that's everything. So now that we are more spiritually grown and aware, there's no need to suppress what we feel. I feel like that's where a lot of self-sabotage comes in. We're not allowing ourselves to truly feel. We're not allowing ourselves to truly be happy. So we engage in a lot of self-destructive behaviors that do not serve our purpose. And then we engage in behaviors that feel good at the moment but doesn't serve our purpose because we lack the ability to judge. Discernment, it's so important. So I'm not saying put your guard down and just, go all out and not think about anything. I'm saying practice discernment, practice good judgment, go inward, truly connect with yourself, be honest with yourself, and you'll feel exactly what is supposed to be good for you, what works for you. What works for you might not work for another person, and that's just all part of being human. We're all here for our own purpose, and as spiritual beings, even if we came from one perfect place, we were born broken, we were born scattered, and we're trying to pick up the pieces of our true selves and put it together like a puzzle. So, as I am rambling on and my dog is now leading me, Koa, come here. I'm gonna trust this flow. I'm gonna let him lead me where it feels good to be. Okay. Where are we? Okay. Hi everyone. So yes, whatever you are going through in life, when you feel weighed down, when you feel like all your hard work isn't, you're not seeing the fruits of your labor, trust in the process. Trust that maybe it's not working out because that's not what's meant to happen for you. Maybe that's not what's best for you. There's a greater plan out for you, and you can find it, you can feel it. Meditate on it, pray on it. Maybe there's another route for you that's smoother. If you ever feel a lot of resistance, it's probably there for a reason, and you gotta see, is that because of you? Is it within yourself? Is it something you need to work on before you can achieve what you're trying to accomplish here? Sometimes maybe what you want is right for you, but you're not ready for it. It's kind of like looking for love. Everybody's like, oh, I need to find the right man, I need to find the right woman, I want to get married already, my clock is ticking. But really, if you were to look at yourself right now, would you want Mr. Right or Miss Right to meet you right here, right now? Are you truly one with yourself? Are you truly in a good place? Are you happy with who you are? Can you love yourself more. If you can love yourself more, then imagine how much more you can love another human being once you get there. So just understand that there is a place and time for everything, and it's going to work differently for everyone. Not everybody's going to get engaged by, I don't know, 25, 28. Not everyone's going to get married before the age of 30. Not everyone's going to have kids before 40. Everyone has a different life path, and it's there for a reason. And it's because we need to focus on ourselves a lot. We got to really work on ourselves first before we can gain all the abundance that we so desire. Yes, we attract what we are, not what we want. Rather than putting out our energy to try to, get people to come to us, become that magnet that people are just drawn to. A flower doesn't wait and dream for the bee to come. The flower just focuses on blooming and growing, and the bee just comes naturally. So work on yourselves, bloom into that beautiful flower you're meant to bloom, and discover how much love you can feel on your own. Yes, truly, truly, truly love yourself. You will definitely feel lighter. All that pressure you put on yourself, all that pressure your parents have bestowed on you, projected on you, or society and friends telling you, oh, you're so sensitive, why do you have to even feel this way to begin with? When you love yourself, you will understand why you feel the way you do. You will understand that those emotions are there for a reason and for good, and to help you move forward and heal what you need to heal. And yes, just don't ignore them. Don't let it turn into repressed energy where it turns into violence, or you lash out, or and you start acting like not yourself. Have you ever done something you're like, dude, that wasn't me at all, I'm so sorry, I can't believe I did that? I do that all the time. It's because, I have a lot of repressed emotions. Like if I feel irritated by something or angry, rather than confronting it or talking to whoever I need to talk to about it, I just end up lashing out in other ways, and it's not healthy. And that's how people end up becoming shopaholics too. You ever find yourself spending more money than you should just because it feels good at the moment? What exactly are you trying to accomplish here? What void are you trying to fill here with all these new, clothes, handbags? Let shopping be a good experience. Let it not drain you dry, and you end up regretting it and having to return it. Let it be a reward. Let it be a rewarding experience. Hi, Haley. I don't know why she's laughing so much right now, but I love it. I think I have released all the emotions I need to release. I just, if you guys have followed the past week, I just felt so much and I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know what it was. Yeah, I'm finally putting those emotions into motion. So, yeah, I guess everything that I felt, all I really needed to do was sit on them. Like, literally just sit on them, feel them. I found a good book, meditated on it, read, and now I can put things back into motion, and it feels good. It has direction. So wishing you all a really good rest of your week. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, everyone. And if you haven't already, you can check out my YouTube channel where it's dedicated mainly for healing, because I'm not always gonna ramble on Facebook like this, because I know it might annoy some people if it's popping up on their newsfeed and they don't want to hear about it or see it. I get it. We are all on our own journey, and I'm not trying to put it all on everybody to try to improve their lives. But I am here for those who need that space for healing. So love you all.